Yeah. And, you saying that, like talking about the positioning of furniture, makes me think about, an aspect of feng shui, right? When you're setting up a room, like how you set up spaces, like there's
Love, love,
energy
love.
in a space, right? There's
Mm-hmm.
energy in a
Mm-hmm.
space, and how you set up furniture can either facilitate or block that space.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's say, you're talking about your desk, right? So you actually want to be like the optimum place for a desk. It's not like people think like, oh, I want it to be right by a window, like right out looking right outside a window.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that's not the best way to facilitate energy. You want your desk to be open to the doorway and open to the window. So is that what you got going on?
Yo, I'm
See?
looking at the door. I got the window, two windows right here. Okay. Keep
Yeah.
going. This is
And
great.
that's why he's super productive, y'all. He's got a good feng shui setup.
Wait. So this is amazing. What is that? What is behind that? The idea of looking to a window and
Energy.
looking to a door?
Yeah, you're not cutting off the energy flow. So you are in line of the energy flow
Oh,
rather than breaking it up, because the energy comes from the door and out the window, and vice versa, right? So there's a channel of energy that flows that way. Right. So you don't
oh
want to
my God.
block or
I
cut
love
off.
that.
Yeah. So you want to be also open to a room rather than like closed off in a corner. Really bad. Like a lot of people put their desks like straight into a wall, right? Like looking into, a
Yeah.
corner. Really bad. You want to be, even if you don't have like the most amount of windows, or you can't necessarily have like the channel of energy, you definitely want to be turned into the room.
Yeah.
Like 1000%.
Well, and Lex, I want to jump in on that because full transparency, like where I'm sitting now and looking at, I have two windows to my left and a door, front right to me. But I used to have the desk facing the other way. So I was facing the wall and just like looking at, I was like, this painting will inspire me, but it was
Right.
very, I thought it would
Closed
look
off.
better to have a stupid bookshelf in the back of me, right? I was like, everyone's got a bookshelf behind them on Zoom, But it was. And then when I made this switch here, I was like, it cuts off my room. I hate it. It's not going to work. And I love it. I feel like not like a, king at my castle, but I feel like I get to see, I get to take it all in. I can see my entire room from where I sit. And I just never knew that about the doors and the windows. I love that.
Yeah. Isn't it? And there is totally a difference. I've felt it too. Like when my desk is like more in a corner, kind of closed off, not in line with the energy channel of like window to door. And there's a difference when I open it up. Like I just feel more secure in the room. It's really interesting and more open and more like open to it's flow, right? So you're opening yourself up more to the flow than closing yourself off, right?
Yeah.
So that's the idea. That's one of the basic principles of feng shui. There are other ideas. I'm not a feng shui expert. I just know some of the ideas behind feng shui. One of the other things that's important is like the diversity of color, like vibrancy, right? So you want to have different elements of color, different textures, right? They all contribute to like kind of a holistic, vibrant space. They promote good energy.
And I want to ask a dumb Tomas question. Do you literally mean the way things kind of protrude into the space? Like not like me touching different textures on my desk or whatever, but like, what do you mean by different textures?
Yeah. So like the fabric of a pillow versus like the fabric of your shades, right? Or your curtains, right? Or like the color of like the texture of a couch, contrasting with like the texture of your carpet, right? And if they all have like colors that not necessarily, they don't clash, but like go together in a way, but are different, that contributes to really like healthy energy in a room.
I'm just looking around my room, just being like, how am I using these principles? Oh, that's different.
Yeah. And and you want to think about your workspace different than your sleeping space, different than your living room, right? So like your bedroom, for example, might be more relaxing. Or if you're in a studio space or a small space, like how are you going to negotiate the different spaces? Like how are you going to make your bed like kind of the quiet, calm place, even though you want your your workspace, which is just on the other side of the room, to be like a little bit more active, you know? So it's kind of like thinking about that, because that contributes to how your productivity and how you know, behave in the space.
And Lexi,